Morning work diver, good to see you, man. Morning Sauger, good to see you. I need to make these just solid white. Sorry guys, I'm just kind of messing around here on the SPY. Let's see, 150, okay. SPY's getting that rejection, guys. I've been talking about it a lot. I drew this trend line. Many of you know I drew this trend line. As soon as we got this break right here, I drew this trend line. And we've poked up on it a few times, but we've never made it back over that trend line. And what it looks like we're getting is a trend line rejection. Now, that being said, you know, it could still end up curling around and bursting up through there, but looks like we might be getting a healthy pullback. Of course, what could happen today is, obviously, we all know the bulls have been strong in this market, so it would not be surprising at all if this just got bought right back up. So we're going to try to be ready for that as well. SPY's chopping around in pre-market. So Sauger, MDGS. Okay. It's looking good. Where are we at here? 472, lot of consolidation back there. It's got a breakthrough. So it's got a lot to break through. It's got a lot to break through. What I like about it is, it had this run up and then this pullback, and now it's getting an even more bullish run up. Let me look at the catalyst, see if it's anything significant enough. I'm sure you've already checked it out. Received first commercial order for COVID-19 testing kits. Okay, I mean, it's COVID-19 related. Any shares available for shorting? Nope. So it's hard to borrow. Impossible to borrow on Lightspeed. But that could mean that all the shorts have been taken up on this one. So I used to get into the market way earlier. I used to come in at like 8 o'clock, sometimes 7:30, 8 o'clock, and there would still be shares available for shorting on stuff like this. So it could squeeze for sure. Um, I guess I'd be interested at anything over 450. So I'll set myself an alert for that. MDGS 450. Not sure if I'll take it, but I would be interested in watching it. And then you said SPI. Okay. And MDGS, by the way, is 2.3 million share float. I don't know. I don't know what to think about this. I mean, it's had a run up. It's not breaking through that 200-day moving average. I would think that if this could break through the 200-day moving average and then break through $2, I think it is possible to get a scalp up to 225. And let me just double check some of these levels. 225. Yeah, you're gonna be hitting a lot of resistance. That's a very critical level there. And then the next level would be to 240. Well, okay, 250 obviously is a big level. Not just because it's of the half dollar mark, but it seems to be widely respected. But 242 is also, so you're gonna have some resistance at 225, 240, and then 250. And then next resistance will be 3, and pretty much after $3, you've got to run all the way up to 4 after that. So yeah, for me, if I jumped in on this, it would be purely for scalping. I'm talking maybe even like 2,000 shares in and out within 10 cents. And obviously, getting, probably getting out with a more than a 6 cent drop. Or I'll say 2,000 shares, getting out at least the first 1,000 at a 10-cent push and seeing what the other 1,000 does after that. Just to increase the risk to reward ratio, because you'd probably be risking $160 to make, maybe 250, 300. So it's not, one to one or 1 to 1.5 risk to reward. But it could get this major drastic push up. I mean, it could just squeeze up 30, 40 cents, and then obviously, you're doing well. I'm just saying worst case scenario, that might be what I would expect from a stock like this. Let's see if you can locate shares for shorting. No. So I'll set it for the break of $2. I'd be interested to see where it goes after that. And as a matter of fact, I will go back in here and make a note. $2 resistance at 225, 242, and 250. Okay, so that'll be kind of a little note to self, just so I know. I think I'm more interested in MTGS. I won't be trading it out the gates. I want to see 425 break and go through 450. I think that's a good plan, Sagar. I really do. So I've got a pretty big watch list here that I've got to break down. First of all, just getting back into the SPY right now here on the 5-minute chart. I've got the pre-market highs and the pre-market lows already marked off. I've got a pretty critical line here to signify the previous day low. And it also matches up with a lot of these other prior areas of support. So if we can break through this, if we can break through 285.56, obviously the next line that we'll be watching is going to be 286.50. Let me see if that's a 286.50 is not a daily level, so I might Yeah, that is not a level that is of any extreme importance. I mean, it's a level, but this is one of those levels where I would probably just kind of gray out a little here and keep it on there just to show that there is a level there. But then we have another level here at 287.31, and that is a daily level. Um, it's significant enough. And then let's see here. Yeah. So, but here's the thing. We've had a gap down. If you look here on the daily chart, well, and while we're on the 5-minute chart, if it cracks through this pre-market low, I think it's definitely possible to make a move all the way down to 280. And so if we match that up here on the daily, let's just confirm that. So yeah, 283.68. We break that, which is, by the way, where these 2 days kind of tapped up here, and it might actually be, yeah, there was quite a few, there's quite a few levels around there, or quite a few daily moves that land right around that point. So I think if it drops, I think we definitely have room to move down to 280. And where did I get that? Is that right here, 281? That's a pretty critical level right there. I'm going to go ahead and mark that out, because you can see where it touched here and here. Okay, so 281.35 is a level we will want to mark. I'll mark that up here on the daily chart. Or on the intraday chart, sorry. Okay. All right. And so yeah, I think if we break that, I think we can definitely move down to 280. 280 is going to be pretty significant as well. So put a level there at 280. All right. So we'll see if we can break through that. But the SPY is looking weak. So with that taken into consideration here, so mRNA, you can see I drew a trend line on the daily. I'm keeping this trend line here because we're having a trend line breakout right now. Okay, and so the only reason I've really got mRNA up here today is to see if we can get enough of a long move to where I could take some possible scalping shorts, just quick in and out type of shorts. I think mRNA could have some really good activity on it for that sort of thing today. So I'm going to give that a shot. And really, it may not be at the top of my list. I may need to move it down. Gilead, what have you, is another one that I think is going to be a good one just to watch for trading today, just for my particular strategy. And I think a lot of it's going to be dependent on what the market is doing. Actually, and right now, SPY is breaking pre-market highs, so I'm gonna have to remark those levels. Okay, so that's a nice little. There's a lot of buy volume coming into the markets right now. Gilead's not being affected by it though. So, oh, and here we've got good old Zoom making some moves now. I don't really trust Zoom. It has a tendency to be extremely whippy out the gates, and I could even see this coming and just blasting all the way up here to the 144 levels, which I would look to get in. I would look for an entry point there at 144, and let's see. Yeah, that would be just a slight breakout here, and I think I could get enough of a short from that point. However, if it fails 131, and looks like it's going to start breaking through this moving average, I'll get in for a short. So Boeing's another good one that has had a significant run up in pre-market. You know, there is a lot of resistance here. It has broken that trend line. This is a trend line that we noticed yesterday. If you look here, it has completely broken through that trend line. Okay, so that's something that we're going to want to be mindful of moving forward with Boeing, as we have had a trend line breakout. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. WDC, I think this was an earnings report. So we got it is a bigger share flow, by the way. It's 300, right under 300 million share float. Okay, earnings and revenues miss estimates. Okay. Western Digital shares fall 9% after earnings miss. So it's not looking too good, but the fact that we drop, I mean, if you look, typically on the daily, there's not a lot of action here. And I could see this getting a buy up, especially if SPY, seems like it's going to get bought up. I can see Western Digital getting a slight buy up, at least maybe up to the 42 areas. I'm not saying it's going to come all the way back up here, but even just if it gets up to $42, we could make a good dollar move off of that. And I think it could even come up to kind of these levels right here, where there was some buy up and some consolidation around here, even the $43 levels. But even if it just came up here to $42, like I said, if I can catch this in quick enough, maybe at the break of 41.25 or something like that, if I can catch it quick enough, I think that would be a significant move. And so that's kind of one that I'm going to be keeping on watch here. Morning, Note again. Good to see you. AMD is interesting. It's interesting, but we're going to need to see a little bit more volume on it. Been kicked in the teeth a lot by AMD, so I'm very, very hesitant. But just knowing how AMD has been operating here lately, I think especially if the SPY is strong, I think it could get a pretty significant buy up, at least to these levels up here. Now, I don't know if I would go long on it or if I'd wait for it to get to these levels and then go short. I might just wait. I might just wait for a move all the way up here and then go short. Depends on how strong it is. So, and then of course we've got, Apple had earnings, Amazon. Now this is a big stock here. This is, I've traded Amazon a couple times, but the most shares I can take on it is 20 shares. I think 25 max. I guess just depending on what the price is. I mean, it can move. It can make some pretty big moves. It hasn't had a lot of volume on it, but I'll tell you what. At the break of 2300, this could be interesting. This could be interesting. Even, I mean, think about it. Even on 5 shares, at the break of 2300, you get a significant enough pullback on this. I'll be the guy who made $500 with 5 shares. Okay, and then we'll post that video. No, I don't think I could hold it that long. But I think off of 5 shares, you could ramp up. I mean, you could ramp up a good $100, maybe $150 within a couple minutes. If it breaks that level, but again, we would have to see the SPY losing big time. We'd have to see the SPY getting crushed, and we'd have to see this coming down. Now, another thing that could be done is we could wait for it to come up to roughly these levels here, the 2400 levels. We could wait for it to come up to the 2400 levels, and we could jump in with 5 shares around 2400, maybe even another 5 shares at 2420. That would bring it to 10 shares at 2410. Okay, and if we started to get a rejection around here, which is highly likely, and it ended up dropping back to say 23 90s, that could be a good move on 10, even just 10 shares. And it can move quickly. It can move quickly, but I don't. Just to be clear, I don't really have plans to trade this. So I need to make that known. This is just something that is interesting for me to consider. And so it's one of those ones, as a matter of fact, I'm just going to set alerts on here. So AMZN, I would like to know if we break down through, 2320, and I would just say critical break at 2300. Okay. So another thing, it would be interesting to see if Amazon gets up to 2400. I'll put that on the ask. Otherwise, I'm not watching it. Okay. Tesla is another one of those moves that can be dangerous. Hold on a second. Why is my phone getting blown up? Okay, sorry about that, guys. I think CCL and RCL could be pretty devastating if by the way, I'm going to move. Oops. Okay, hold on a second. New pre-market high right there at 285.70. I'm going to just take my time though today, guys. I mean, I need to see what the SPY is going to do, and right now the SPY is kind of throwing me off. Apple looks like, by the way, it looks like it could be good at the break of 284. Apple's looking more interesting. WDC, I need to set an alert at the break of 41.15. We'll say 41.16. Otherwise, this could continue to lose. You know what? The more I'm watching this stuff, the more I'm thinking that Apple and WDC, talk about last minute changes here. I'm just going to chill. I'm just going to kind of chill and just sit on the sidelines here for a minute. I mean, if it looks like we're going to get a good move, I'll jump on it. And I've got the trading sim up too. So we've got the trading sim here. 10 seconds to the bell. Here we go, guys. Apple's getting a lovely buy up. AMD as well. mRNA. mRNA is a little too spready for my taste right now. CCL's getting a buy up. Tesla's got a nice little buy up there. There's a lot of chop right now, guys. mRNA finally losing some levels there, but I don't trust it. It's not enough volume. It could keep dropping, but there's not enough volume right now on that. I don't feel good about it. SPY's working its way up to pre-market highs and tapped against pre-market highs. Boeing is coming back down, retesting this trend line. WDC is continuing to get the drop. AMD is continuing to get bought. I'd be very interested if AMD gets up to the 52 levels here, 5203. I'd be extremely interested. AMD 5190 on the ask. Please alert. SPY broke pre-market highs. ZM's getting a little bit of resistance. Boeing getting bought up off that trend line. WDC still just tanking hard. If this breaks 39, this could be a pretty legit drop at the break of 39. MDGES has hit 450. Okay, I'll check in on it. MDGS is making a pretty severe run up, but it's a little too back and forth for my taste right now. Be careful on that one. Apple continuing to get a buy up. I would feel good about taking a short position here actually. Maybe 50 shares to start. We can get up. Let's see if we can get a good push up. SPY is strong though. Let's look at AMD. Check it out on the 5-minute. Yeah, that was a good move. Right at 51.95. That would have been a good little scalp right there. It's like I might have missed it. It's just not quick enough this morning, guys. That's okay. Rather be safe than sorry. RCL getting a pullback. Everything's getting a pullback with the SPY. The SPY broke right back through pre-market highs, broke right back through VWAP. mRNA looks like it wants to continue to get a drop, but it's too whippy for my taste. Gilead looks like it's wanting to get a drop. ZM continuing to make a move up. Boeing coming back to retest that trend line. WDC continuing to get a drop. AMD. Apple just strong as ever. Apple making a mighty move up. So Apple is strong. Continuing to move up on the SPY's pullback. So I would look for another add-in, or I would look for a starting position, excuse me, at 292. I'd be interested. Although SPY's failing, so I kind of want to there we go. Keep pushing. There you go. Good job. What a buy up on Apple. Good job, Apple. Some point I want to get in with a good starter position here. And even though the SPY's pulling back, Apple is getting bought up. It's incredible. Okay, we are getting close enough to $92. Well, I think I could start a position. See if we can get the push. Can we get the push? There we go. Almost. Almost. Okay, there we go. Trying to be patient here. Trying to be patient. Okay, I'm going to take it at 92. Okay, first starter position at 92. And we'll see how bullish this remains. Okay, SPY's breaking down through a key level. Hopefully Apple can get some kind of a sell off here. Okay, it's remaining strong. Continuing to push. I think it could get up to 293. We'll consider adding again at 293. We really do need to see some kind of a nice pullback to these levels. Okay. We had a nice move up. Probably could have added 100 shares there. See how high we can get. Thing is if it breaks out of here, 294.50, it's not going to be good. I'm going to hold on to that 50 shares and look for a significant pullback. Start piecing out if it comes down. Come on, let's get a pullback here, Apple. Let's get a pullback. Tell you what, it's strong. I want to see it break 292. There we go. Almost. Come on. There we go. Break 292. Come on. Ah. Break 292. Come on. Break it. If it doesn't break 292, I've probably got to get out because that is going to be considered very, very strong. Okay, it broke. It's holding though, guys. I gotta get out. So Amazon suffering a critical break. So I'm gonna sit on Apple for a while. Amazon is pretty much doing the complete opposite, but not a lot of shares being traded on that right now. So I don't know how I feel about that. mRNA, not too much. It's not really doing much, guys. I don't really care about this one anymore, so I'm going to pull that one. Let's check back in on MDGS. Yep, had a fail. I had a feeling that it's just the way that it was moving. It just looked like it was going to do that. Guild is continuing to push. Apple looks like it's finally getting a breakdown here. Hopefully it comes down to the 290 levels. There we go. We'll take off half once it gets down through 290. I want to see a crush down through 290. There we go. There we go. Okay, there we go. I'll take half there. Okay. ZM, Boeing holding WDC. Looks like it might want to make a move back up. AMD. I'll tell you what, I called the top on that one. I should have gotten in. I just didn't. So 13. At 290.60. Is that right? Yeah, we'll take the other 13 at 290.60. See if it breaks 291. We can get the break here. Could be holding right here. So I'd probably want to get out. If it can't break, probably want to get out. Oh, I should have taken another 100 there. There we go. Okay. So we got out the other 25 there. Okay. So decent little trade on Apple. Nothing big. Guild. Beautiful pullback to VWAP. This is what I want to see on Guild right here. And that kind of comes up to that resistance level there. So let's see if we can get a continuation up here. Maybe up to 80.40. 80.70. Can start adding in maybe at 80.30. Excuse me, 80.35. Unless this is just a pure VWAP rejection, which it might be. And in that case, I would probably see, Gilead can play games, so I'm very careful with it. It could just totally shoot all the way up to 80.30. If it did, I would want to get in 80.30. Sell 100 shares, starting position there, and then maybe 80.60 for another 100. SPY's making a pullback to VWAP. I could go ahead, as a matter of fact, I could go ahead here, and then if it breaks, I'm going to go ahead and, if it breaks 79.90, I'll get out. A nice little move down there. There we go. Okay. Come out half. And let's see. Can we get down to the 30s? I'd like to come out the other half there. $79.30. Let's see if we broke 40. Yeah, we could totally get down into the 30s. If it comes down. If it doesn't, then, you know, obviously I'll consider getting out on this candle here. There we go. 40s. Come on. See if we can get down into the 30s, can we? Oh, it's retesting. There we go. 55. See if we can break through that. SPY's getting bought up. I'll go ahead and come out. So, tiny little trade there. Nothing big. Nothing to brag about. ZM. It's got a little bit of volume there, not much. Boeing, not much. WDC making its mind up. AMD. That would have been an incredible trade on AMD. Kind of wish I had taken it. Apple continuing to get the push. CCL dropping a little. RCL dropping. Tesla, beautiful drop on Tesla. 246.54. 4. It's kind of where we would be looking. $239.90. Tesla looks like it wants to drop, but Tesla has a tendency to really fake out. But it's weak. It is weak. Let's give it a chance to pull back. This is almost a good place to try to catch a reversal, but it's too close to these pre-market lows. And the daily just does not look favorable right now for Tesla. Let's see. Okay, so it's a good trend line here. Let's check out this pivot point. Okay, so it's sitting right on the trend line at that pivot point. Yeah, I mean, it could go. SPY's getting the drop. SPY's getting the drop here. Tesla's tricky, guys, so I'm going to be careful with it, but looks like we could get a significant move to the downside. Apple's breaking back up to the 290 area, 293 areas. So this could be where we get the pullback on Tesla. It'd be very interesting to see how this plays out. If we can get a move back up to 750, excuse me, I would think about going back in. Let's check in with Apple. Apple could be double topping. It'd be interesting to know. Take another, oop, did I get in? Nope, did not get in. See if we can wait for another pullback. Man, I missed it. Missed it, guys. Man, look at this. Chop fest on Tesla right here. I would take it at 749, quick scalp for 747. Just a quick 20 bucks. if we can make it up. See if we can get the fill. And hopefully it won't get away from us. We can get the fill. And we're in. Gonna buy it back at $747.50. If we can get that pullback. Otherwise, I'll consider coming out 5 of my shares. Should be able to get this pullback here. And can we get it? Can we get it? Is it going to hold? Is it going to hold? Come on. Let's get a flush. You would think I could get the quick scalp there. Not asking for too much here, Tesla. Oh, come on. Okay. Okay, I'm going to come out 5 of my shares just in case. And if this gets a rejection, I'll let that other 5 shares go as long as I possibly can. Yeah, maybe down to 744. 744.50. Otherwise, I'll have to come out. SPY's pushing up. Really need to see Tesla fail here. Really need to see it fail. But Tesla does this junk. It just slowly grinds against you once you take position. SPY's getting a massive buy up right now. Don't even know what that's about. Okay, coming out of Tesla. I just have no clue what's going on right now. There must be some kind of news or something. SPY just had a massive buy candle and now it's losing and tanking hard. Okay, so don't know what that was about. Okay, and it's getting bought back up. What is happening with the SPY? Does anybody know? What in the world is going on? RCL getting a buy up. Apple continuing to run. Good job, Apple. This is great. This will give room for some more opportunities. So what do we need to, so it broke out. What do we need to look at? I guess we need to look at 297 and 299.55 as potential resistance areas. SPY is getting a massive buy up here. It's ridiculous. Broke right back up through pre-market highs. Good morning, Yoni B. Good to see you, man. Guild got to move all the way back down to 79. Should have taken bigger share size and should have held. If I was in simulation, I would have. Boeing is acting a little funky there. AMD. Apple's on a tear. So this is good. This is good for Apple. This will definitely provide some good opportunities. I think 297 is kind of where I wanted to. Get in. So 297.27. Let's see if we can bust up through there. I would be willing to take, maybe 25 shares here. Apple's seeing a little resistance. Roku 118.25. May need to look at Roku here in a minute. There it goes. Oh, got a late fill. Man, I was going for 118, but that's okay. Come on. Okay, got to come out half. Unfortunately. looking to build a position on Apple, but may not get it. Roku. If Roku breaks 116, that'll be huge. It's touched this 113 level many times. So I feel rather confident, but looks like we're going to get a pullback on it. Okay, this could be good on Roku. So 299.55 is another pretty good area of resistance on Apple, but I don't know if we could go all the way up to 302. May have to, if we don't have a significant pullback and if the SPY stays strong, we may have to take that into consideration. And actually pull back on that. Okay, SPY's getting a pretty significant pullback. Really would love to see Apple come back down to the 95 area. At least 96.50. SPY's getting a pretty massive pullback. Come on, Apple. Plunge to your death. SPY's weak. There you go. There you go. Come on. There you go. I'll come out half just in case. Just in case it holds support here. SPY's getting a nice little buyback. And then I'll just see if I can hold it for a while. Roku. Come on, Roku. Really want to see Apple make its move back down to the 295 levels. You know, I don't think it's too much to expect from Apple, at least. I mean, at least if the SPY remains weak. SPY's kind of chopping a little. It's a little unclear what the SPY is going to be doing here. Apple's looking strong. SPY's coming back up. I'm going to clear out of Apple. Okay, let's see. We're in 100 shares at 117.62. Come on. Come on, Roku. There we go. And come out half there. Okay, this should be the drop. Come on, let's get the drop here. We're breaking through 116.65 is the key level that we're really watching. Man, but just doesn't seem to want to make the move. Come on. Come on, Roku. Should just tank after here. There's a critical level. Come on. I take 25 shares off at 116.60 if it'll feed it to me. There we go. Okay. Roku should be getting a considerable drop from here. Apple went, man, I should have stuck in with that. Story of my life, right? Roku can definitely make a good move. Stop limit. Get another 50 shares there. If it breaks, I don't like the chop, but the markets are weak, so why not? Okay, all right. Done trading, up 74 on the day, net around 40. Good job, Sauger. MDGS, missed a few, caught one. I'd like to see it around 450 with volume for me to consider it now, because 450 was the pre-market high, so that can act as resistance. Yeah, actually, especially if you get a VWAP moving average crossover. Actually, let me look at that first, because you might already have that. Okay, well, yeah, well, the fact that it came through it is a little cause of concern. Like normally I'd like for it to tap on the pre-market high as we're getting a moving average crossover. But, you know, and it would have basically tapped right at VWAP. I mean, this probably looked bullish to a lot of people. It's very interesting. But now that it's broken through it, I don't know. Yeah, I'd want to see it get back over that for sure. For sure. SPY is continuing to tank. Apple could be getting the move down here. SPY's pulling back. See what Apple's going to do. See if Apple respects that trend line there. It's breaking through it. This could be a false breakout though, so we'll see. Be interesting. Hey, these lines are being made here. I don't know what that's all about. It's hard to say. It's hard to say what's happening here on Apple, so I'm not going to be too quick to do anything. Apple can be a little difficult to trade too. There's a lot of liquidity, a lot of great action on it today. Tesla's kind of been hovering around that mark. Very choppy action on Tesla. I'm kind of glad I stayed away from it. RCL getting a little bit of a drop. CCM. Long on Codex, CODX. Might have something there. Wonder what mRNA is doing. Okay, so mRNA had a really nice pullback. Just a little too slow moving for me. Roku continues to move up. I'll just want to get out of it. Roku looks like it's getting bought up, but SPY is turning around, and I'll tell you what, this is volatile, very volatile action today, very volatile. It's really difficult to tell where any of this is going right now. Good call on the short, Yoni B. Yeah. I know you didn't take it, but good call nonetheless. WDC, not really interested. AMD. That's a good strategy, Sagar. Don't take any trades out the gates. Yeah. That's a good that's a good strategy. That's something that I need to work on doing more myself, actually. Okay, looks like we're getting a buy up here. I'm going to get out these 25 shares. Hopefully we'll get a pullback. If not, no worries. I'll consider adding. There we go. Okay. This is a nothing day for me. Guys, just nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing to talk about, nothing to look at. So Boeing came back through that trend line. Yeah, that's good discipline, Sagar, for sure. That's good. That's what makes successful traders. Just consistency, following the rules. So, man, I called it on Apple. I just didn't have the discipline to sit on it. This is the thing, guys. Like in the trading sim, I would have taken 100 shares and I would have waited for it to move, at least $2. There we go with Tesla. Surprise, surprise. Tesla likes to surprise everybody. I think we can get a good little pullback here. Can add in if we get a slight little pullback. Let's see where we're at here. Nah, I'll stay off of that one for the time being. MDGS, SPI, let's see where that's at. Let's look at CAPR. CAPR, looks like it's trying. Like a little squeeze up there. Nothing here. I had SNDX on watch from several days ago, just looking for a critical level to break. SPY is a chop fest. All right, so if I were to go into simulation and look at Tesla, I would probably go ahead and take 10 shares short. Let's wait for a break of 62. See if we can get a push up here. There we go. And I would go ahead and add in 10 shares right here. So I'm short 10 shares at 262.41. And I would wait for a move up. And the reason is we've got a lot of this, previous area of resistance to fight through all the way up to 270. So let's just see how we would have done here. I'll put in another 10 shares at 267. And then another 10 shares at 271 short. So we'll see. Yeah, trading in the sim node again is, it's just different. It's just different. But, with that being said, it's you know, I think the biggest help, we'll say, I think the biggest help when trading in the sim is just getting used to seeing your strategy work. It builds confidence. It builds confidence. It helps you remember, like, oh yeah, this strategy does work. I can let these trades play out. See, look at this. Look at all these numbers here. This right here is nothing but this is pure emotionally driven trading, you know, psychologically screwed up trading on paper. Like, this is what it looks like on paper. Or on the computer, we'll say. Um, so many of these. I mean, Apple, you know, had I been trading the way that, you know, that I know how to trade, I would have taken 100 shares and I would have sat on it, and this would have been $150 to $200 win. Okay. Um, Tesla's legit. Tesla's legit. Guild should have been, I should have jumped in with 400 shares and let it ride a lot longer. You know, I got in somewhere around here when I was having a VWAP rejection. I mean, this should have been 200 shares at minimum, you know, and then maybe taking 100 off of here for a $30 profit, and then maybe another 100 off of here for, you know, a $50 profit. This should say $80 right here. Okay, and then Roku, you know, Roku's probably legit too, because Roku's whippy, and you never know what you're going to get with Roku. Not when light volume, not when it's trading on light volume, kind of like it is. I mean, we even had a break on the daily, and it just got bought right back up. So, if that says anything to you, but with Apple and with a correct trade on Guild, we should be up over $300 on the day, or we'll say close to $300 on the day. It's just different. It's different. And Sagar's right. Your emotions, you need to see, you need to know, you need to feel the loss. It's a good point. This is one of those ones where, you know, if AMD got the drop on 50, if AMD broke 50, I think that would be significant. SPY's coming up right now. SPY's a chop fest today. And look at this. This is nothing but chop. SPY is nothing but chop right now. At some point it's going to make a move. I would venture to say more in a bearish position, or in a bearish direction, sorry. Let's see here. AMD. Nottingham says, I thought about only doing one trade a day for a week, and if I end green on the week, then do 2 trades a day max and continue growth strategy. Yeah, that's a decent. I mean, if you can, that takes a lot of discipline, to take just 1 trade a day. That's a lot of sitting on your hands. But what would help with that is trading in the simulator. So that way you still feel like you're trading, but you only take 1 trade in your live account. Yeah, good advice, Sagar. AMD could break 50. Okay. I'm going to jump in with 100 shares on AMD, and we'll see if we can get the break of 50. We're going to get it. Come on, AMD. Push. There we go. There we go. Look at this. There we go. Nice. Nice. I'll come out half there. It's a nice little trade on AMD. Continuing to get the push. See how far down we can get. Whole number is it's a pretty brutal. It's a pretty brutal point there. $50 mark. Sagar says, I know you're a smart individual, Notergen. I love that. You're going to kill it. You're going to take a much better route than me. I wish I had some of these things that would have saved me like 10K of loss. I love that. That's great encouragement. That's awesome. That's great that you feel comfortable enough to say that, because that's deep. That's felt. You feel that. I mean, this is what we need. This is what the community's about. Being able to, just openly encourage, motivate, inspire one another to be better, to follow our rules, to do what it takes. I love that. That's great, Saga. I appreciate that. He's right. Note again, I can already tell just from the interaction that we've had through the chat and, a couple emails that we've run across each other, and just, yeah, he's right. You're smart. You're a smart individual, and you need to own that. You're smart. You have every bit of capabilities, or you have every bit of what it would take to be a successful day trader. You know, and part of that that intelligence, we'll say. I was going to call it smarts, but I don't know if that's really a word. But part of that intelligence, part of what it means to be smart is not just having the knowledge, obviously, not just having the know-how, understanding these chart patterns and price action and knowing how to execute trades. It's about also being smart enough to remind yourself to sit on your hands, to be disciplined, to wait patiently. You can do that. Yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah, just what Yoni B said, well suited for the market. And here's the thing, I think there's a lot of people that are well suited for the market, but that don't end up doing well. Hold on a second. There's a big bid right there at 91. If this comes back over 50, I'm gonna jump out. I don't want to, but I'm gonna have to. Either that bid's going to get eaten through, or the guy who's trying to bid is going for a reversal here and just trying to buy it up at a good price. We need to see it crack through that bid. It's got to be a pretty substantial crack through. Ah, may have to get out. Okay, I'm out. I'm out. May reverse it too. Man, what a war. What a war. Yeah, so what I was saying is, I think there's a lot of people that end up failing as day traders, and it's not because they weren't well suited for the market. I think they just had severely misleading expectations. Again, this is why I wanted to start this channel to begin with. Day trading first becomes appealing to a lot of people because they see the kind of money you can make. And they watch, a lot of these fancy day traders out there who are legit day traders, but they're just constantly putting up these huge numbers. We've talked about this many times, and I think that's where people who are well suited for the market can get a little twisted up. Look, I've been there myself. I'm not free of guilt when it comes to this subject. I've been there, and I get it. I totally get it. I totally get it. It's a very realistic battle. And when you open up this broker account and you start making these little trades, piddling around, having little $50 days here and there, and then you're losing $100 or whatever, you're sitting here kicking yourself, wondering why you're not, making $2,000 in 5 minutes. But that's what kills accounts. That's what takes people who are well suited for this market and makes them not well suited for this market. It's so as long as your expectations are correct, you're smart enough, you've got the intelligence, I mean, this is really what you need, I think, to become a successful day trader. This is the checklist. Okay, so yes, intelligence, check. That's definitely what you need. You can't be dumb. Okay, you've got to have some sense about you. Some common sense and some the ability to, you know, reason and, be logical, be calculative. You have to have an understanding of how all this stuff works. Okay. And so that takes intelligence. That takes, somebody with a smart mind. Okay. So intelligence, check. But then again, we always talk about it. You need that mental discipline and emotional control. Okay. Check. And then I think, and with the mental discipline and emotional control, therein lies the patience, sitting on your hands, all that stuff. Not allowing yourself to FOMO in, not allowing yourself to get greedy. Okay, so you've got the intelligence, check. If you can master the psychology, check. The other thing I think that needs to be put in here is realistic expectations. Realistic expectations. Okay, and because I'll tell you right now, when your expectations aren't met, when you are faced with disappointment, that's when you make stupid decisions. Okay, that's how accounts are blown. Unrealistic expectations. Okay, that's when your correct understanding of the markets, your mental discipline, your emotional control, and your intelligence all fly out the window. When you're faced with that disappointment and those expectations aren't being met, or when you're jumping into the market with huge share size because you have these expectations of making X amount of dollars, so I think those are the three check marks. Yeah, note again. I better get a one-way ticket. If you make it in this business and you become the next day trading rock star, you're buying my plane ticket. You're buying my chair. You're buying the beach house, and you're buying my trading station. And if you do all that, if you make it that big and you do all that, I'll come down and trade with you. We'll all kind of we'll all kind of make that deal. Anybody here who it's like kind of pulling in for lottery tickets, right? Everybody throws in $20 for lottery tickets, and if one ticket wins, then you split the profits. That's how we ought to do this here. If one of us becomes a multimillionaire, then whoever that is, you got to do that for all the faithful chat members. Buy the Malibu beach house, buy the chairs, buy the trading stations, and buy our plane tickets. And feed us. You have to feed us too. You have to have a nice buffet, catered, every day while we're sitting on the beach. Yeah, we'll share a Lambo, a stretch Lambo. Note again, that would be a write-off. That would be a write-off. Yeah, you're right. Rent. That's right. Rent it. Don't buy it. Just rent it. Rent the Malibu Beach. I'm all about that. I'm all about renting and over buying something like that. Yeah. Rent. And then that's a write-off. That's a write-off. Even if renting. It's a business write-off there. So anyway. All right, guys. Well, AMD, man, I kind of wish I'd gotten in on that reversal, but is what it is. I'm going to check back in on CAPR real quick. Man, that just continues to move up. It's back in play, guys, and we got a, what's this level here? 1108. CAPR. It's coming down. Let's see. Just added on Codex, looking weak. CAPR looks like a pretty good deal right now. I mean, it's having a nice little run up. I'd probably be interested in a pullback to VWAP. That would meet at some previous. Yeah, I'd be interested there. That'd meet at some previous resistance. Let's see if we can get. Enough of a pullback here. It's taking off without me. I try to be really patient with these stocks right here. Be interesting to get, even see if it gets a breakthrough 8. How many share float? What's the float on this? Yoni B says, stupid Fridays, man. I'm right there with you, man. Fridays are ridiculous. Don't like Fridays. Wish I could sleep. It's killing me not to trade. I just don't want to take bad trades and make bad decisions while dealing with this lack of sleep. Note again, here's something you can do. Just jump into your trading sim. Just jump into the trading simulator and take some trades. And just play. Just play around. Let this be a free day. Just go in. You already know you're not tired. You already know you wouldn't trade under these conditions. But just get in and take a couple stabs. I'm not even saying don't even focus on doing all the whole, try to be realistic trade. I'm just saying let it go, dude. Just open up the sim and just trade for fun. Just say, I'm going to just trade for fun. Doesn't matter today what happens. Doesn't matter if I win or lose. It's not counted against me. I'm tired. I'm just going to trade though. Just have a little fun, man. Just open up the sim, have a little fun. Okay, so this is not working out. It did work out. I should have been in here when that was happening. Let's see. Where are we getting? 6-2. So we'll just buy back here. Maybe 62. Bye. All right, I'm going to take a quick break, guys. I'll be right back. SPY looks like it wants to make its way back up. So I would take another 10 share short here. This looks like it's going to come back to 761. Buy it there. That's hilarious note again. You'd be fine, man. You'd be fine. But I get it. I get it if you don't want to. Totally understand that. Okay, we're gonna jump in here. See if we can get 760.18. See if we can get a move down there. Can we? Can we? There we go. Almost. Oh, come on. Gonna take off some there. And then 5 at there we go. Nice. Quick little scalp on Tesla. Brought it back up here. Basically paid for my trading on Tesla today here. Probably didn't quite pay for my trading on Apple. I think between Apple, Tesla, and Guild, I probably paid for my trading today. And then Roku and AMD is probably profit. So let's get a count here. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yeah, probably $40. I probably made I'm probably up $40 after fees and commissions. So gotta love those little scalps. BA dumping missed the entry after the VWAP rejection. Yeah, I'm loading it up. I can't resist the urge anymore. I told you, note again. Just jump in, man. Just jump in. Good call. Yeah, let's look at Boeing. Let's look at Boeing. Yeah. Knowing Boeing, and with as choppy as the market is, I don't know. I could see a reversal coming back to test VWAP again. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. SPY's way too flaky today. SPY is way too flaky. I mean, look at this. Look at this buy up here on Apple. Tesla, Apple, AMD, Boeing. AMD might be good for reversal. This is a pretty, you can see right here, there's resistance here. And the resistance pretty much comes all the way up to the 80s, the 5080s, which is right where VWAP would meet. Maybe the 5070s is probably where it would get a good. I mean, the thing is SPY's coming back down, but it's still in the chop. This is still nothing but chop. Look at this sideways action. SPY has got to either break these pre-market lows or come back up to these pre-market highs. It may just literally be a day of sideways chop. You know, it might not pick a direction, and we definitely have to be, you know, be ready for that. I mean, it's looking bearish right now, which gives me a little bit of confidence on going in something like AMD. AMD kind of looks like it's weakening here, forming a rollover pattern, but the volume, this is the only concerning thing, is the volume doesn't match. And there's a lot of volume on this candle, but it's kind of a doji, so you know that a good chunk of that's probably sell volume. So I don't know. I mean, if the SPY drops, this could drop. This could drop back down to 50 to retest 50. But it's sitting pretty comfortable on that 9 EMA, which I don't typically care too much about. But Matt, while in the simulator, why don't you work on your longs for bull days? I know you started out long when you initially started trading. Yeah. No, that's good. That's good, Notergen. I don't think I haven't considered that. And I think I took a few, I think I did take a few longs this week in the simulator. Maybe I didn't. I was thinking that I did, but this right here would be a good example. I think it's possible that Tesla could get a continuation. But, you know, if SPY continues moving down, I can see Tesla breaking VWAP and just kind of forming, you know, getting more momentum to the downside. So I don't know. I don't really know about that one. mRNA. So here's one. Here's one. Check this out. CAPR. This is one where I would be interested in taking along. I'm going to buy 200 shares, and we'll just see where it goes. And I will set a stop at the break of 8. So if this breaks down past $8, I'll get out. So 200 shares, the break of $8. It's got to crack $8. Stop. And you know what? Before I do that, let's see it break through 822. I'll actually get a 400 share position here. Come on. It's at VWAP. I'll go ahead and get my 400 share position. So I got 400 shares at 835. And I am going to stop at the break of $7.90. Stop sell. There we go. AAL versus CCL. Daily charts kind of sitting on this level here. I mean, AAL is looking more appealing. Airlines are not doing well. We know that. If it breaks 11, that would be interesting. But the only thing, here's the thing. In all honesty, we should not be trading right now. And here's why. This is just ridiculous chop on the SPY. Look at this on the 15-minute chart. Look at this. This is all it's been doing. And for all we know, I mean, look at all these wicks. For all we know, SPY's just going to come down here, test this level, and bounce and make its way back up again. And if that happens, I can almost assure you, I don't know for sure, nobody knows for sure, but I can almost assure you AAL is, will make its way back up. So I don't trust any of them, man, honestly. They're all doing the same thing. See, SPY's getting a pullback now. So CCL is AAL. I mean, I'll log it in there just in case, but AMD's continuing to get, nice little push. mRNA dumped. Doesn't surprise me. AMD is going to look good for a quick short. I would probably just take, if AMD comes up to here, roughly 50, 60s, I would probably be comfortable going short. I'd probably be comfortable going short 200 shares just for a quick 10-cent move. Literally talking just 20 bucks. And it could probably be done within a couple minutes. So I'll take 20 bucks for a couple minutes of my time. mRNA getting a dump, but it's still sitting on that trend line. Look at that. Still sitting on that trend line right there. Got to respect the trend lines. I guess it could test 47.16. Ooh. Nice little move to the downside. Nice little move to the downside. Sitting on the 20 moving average on the 15-minute. I mean, I could risk. You're welcome, Yoni B. Just trying out a theory you've been working on. Oh, paper trade. Okay, cool. Yeah, go for it. See how it works out. Yeah, be careful with Snapnote again. Well, even though you're just having fun right now, Snap is a difficult stock to trade. Make sure there's a lot of volume on it. Yeah. Guild, Zoom, Boeing, AMD, getting a little bit of that pullback. Apple, continuing higher. AAL, CCL, RCL, and Tesla. Man, Tesla, look at this. Look at this. Somebody is dumping their shares. there some kind of news on Tesla? Go back to the trading sim. Ooh, look at this. Got out on caper. Tesla. Normally I would go short at 741.50. Actually, I would go short here on the pullback, maybe 10 shares. Short. Let's get a break up into the 50s, yeah. Man, that would have been a nice move. I should have gotten in on the real broker here. That'd been a good $30-$40 move right there. Man, what a beautiful move. So let's see what I'm doing here on Tesla with my 10 shares in the trading sim. So 747, I would take it at 731 buy. See if we get filled on that. Take it at 28. Actually, take 5 at 732 buy, and then 5 at 727. See how this works out. Should be it. Should be it. There we go. There we go. Let's get deep into the 20s here, 720s. There's some tweet from Elon Musk floating around that he said his company share price is too high. I'm trying to find the tweet. Seems his Twitter account may have been hacked. Okay. Okay, good, Yoni B. Like to see how that turned out for you. Broke through that trend line, but it might be sustaining. Let's see. See, we're going to continue to make a move down. Yep. Let's continue to make a move. Probably got out my paper trade. Okay. Okay. Very volatile right now on Tesla. What did I get on the trading sim? So I'm up 760 on the day, trading sim. $7.60. Bad trade on Caper, great trade on Tesla. Tesla made up for it. It's a real tweet. Man. Elon Musk, what are you doing, bro? Spy's pulling pretty hard too. Man, I can't get a good read on Tesla. I want to scalp so bad, but just don't know. I would consider taking 5 shares at 737. Could come all the way up there. And then taking them back at 734. Maybe even 738. 734. Oh, it was hacked. Okay, got you. If I see any buying on 730, I'm going to hit buy and I'm going to immediately hit sell at 733. I'm nervous. I should totally be buying right there. See, I thought that might happen. That's why I didn't hit it. I'm going to look for another retest. Got to see a lot of buy volume coming in. Too much red right now coming through the time and sales. See if we can bust up through 730 on this move here. $721 average now. Are you long? SPY's tanking. Well, it's pulling. I don't know if tanking is probably a little too. I missed the ad. Look at that too. Nice little run up here. Would have been a nice little $30 move there. It's okay. I'd buy it here. This is simulation. Buy 20 there. And then 727, buy another 20. So I think we could get a flush down and then enough of a pop back up. Might just buy 20 here. Okay, gonna go ahead and get in. Try to get the quick pop. It's having a hard time pushing through that moving average. There we go. 10. Okay, we'll come out 10 there. So we got 10 at 734.40. Again, this is simulation, and I'll probably wait for the break of 740. I'll say 739. No, we'll say, let's give it to 42. SPY's making its way to the lows. AMD had a great pullback right there at 50.56. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm good at calling them. I'm just not good at taking them. SPY's breaking through pre-market lows. See if this is affecting anything else. Good trade on, good short on AAL. RCL getting a drop. Tesla getting a little bit of a drop. SPY's holding pre-market lows, but really, I mean, it's sitting on it, so it could reverse. Nice flip. Good job. Good job. $10 shares. Note again. Is that how many shares did you take, Flip? Or note again, you might be talking to me, yeah. Yeah, we'll see how many shares we can get on Tesla. Or see how much we can get on 10 shares. You know me, man. I'll try to make it. I'll try to make $1,000 on 10 shares if I can. This looks like we could get a good little flush down here. Man, I don't know though. SPY's getting a buyback. Look at that. RCL following it immediately. Nice little buyback. But SPY broke low of day, which is pre-market low. SPY is trying to hold the pre-market low. It's coming right back up through it. So be careful, guys. I'm going to try to get a quick trend line bounce. See if we can get the fill here. All right, guys. Sorry, had a call I had to take. Let's see. Okay. $125 on 10 shares. Good job, Nuttergen. Good job. Obviously, Tesla is continuing to get the WWE SmackDown. Let's see here. Kind of feel like we could get the break on this. On Apple. But I also think it depends on what SPY does here. So, good job, Yoni B. AAL, nice. Yeah, it's continuing to get rocked over here. Man, poor Tesla. Poor account hack. 700. I mean, did it bounce? Man. So I think in my paper trade, let's see. Oh, okay. I should have tended to this. Well, you can see my paper trade's not going well today. Let's see what happens if I were to averaging here. So I got 30 at 718. And I think I would probably try averaging in one more time just for a quick pop. What could we bring it to? First of all, if this were real trading, I would not have left this unattended like that. But if we get the break of 700, my account here is going to suffer. This is simulation. There's a lot of green, so I'm going to go ahead and jump in. So I got 40 shares with a 715 average, and I will look to take at this. This will just be a break-even trade, basically. I will say 717, 717.38. Sell 40 shares. I think we can get the move up, but this is not going to be good here. This is not going to be good. Need to hold the line at 700. There's a lot of selling. There's a lot of selling. Is it superficial? The buyer's stepping back in. We'll find out. Okay. Wow. Look at that. Man, that could have been a quick 70 bucks. It's kind of what you want to see for a reversal. Oh, SPY's getting hammered. I'm watching too many things at once here. SPY's getting hammered. Guild's getting hammered. Boeing continuing to make a little bit of a move to the downside, holding 135 pretty well. AMD continuing to get the drop. Apple continuing to get the drop. So nice little pullback there. Didn't quite make the entire trend line break. Boy, SPY is pulling. So is the rest of these. These are good moves here. Whoever's getting in on them. Moving a little too slow for my taste. Tesla could probably continue to get the drop. I'm gonna blow my simulator account, by the way. Tesla Tesla can probably still continue to get the drop if SPY continues to pull the way that it is. It's pausing. Yeesh. Tesla is continuing to show weakness. Apple showing weakness. Breaking through key level. We're going to find a little bit of support. Probably right here at 293.54 to 293.27. And then after that, we'll probably see continuation. SPY's continuing to get a drop here. But, you know, it's not moving incredibly fast. It's kind of a light sell-off. I mean, the volume's there, don't get me wrong, but it's not like anything of what we've seen before. It's just profit taking. Matt, don't let go of your position. That was a tiebreaker, but yeah, huge wins on both, for sure. Okay, Apple's getting a healthy run down here. RCL just continuing to lose it. Tesla's holding. Tesla holds again. You know, I'd be all right taking this trade here. With 5 shares. See if we can catch this falling knife. SPY's continuing to pull, so I just don't want to try to catch it while SPY's pulling. nice. We're going to get a bounce here. 73, 88. There should be a bounce at 88. But boy, SPY is continuing to lose. It's losing big time. $673 is another critical level. Yeah, may go down for a gap fill. I was just considering the same thing there. I mean, you do kind of have to wonder when we're going to get that. We're going to get that bounce. SPY looks like it's getting a little bit of a bounce here. Woo! Let's see what happens at 673. See if it gets to it. Let's see. Come on. Take it at 690. Probably not going to get that retracement though. See what my... Okay, so let's see if we can buy another 40 shares. So now we got 80 at a 706 average. So I would sell those 80 at a 708 19 average. So if it gets above 703, yeah, I think we could get there. Probably going to go all the way back up to 710, 712. I could see that happening. Everything's losing right now though. Guild. Surprised AMD isn't moving a little harder. Apple. Nice retracement on Apple. I should have caught that. American Airlines pulling back up. RCL getting a nice little pop. Never got the retracement I wanted on Tesla. But hopefully the simulator does a lot better. All right. Yeah, Tesla still looks bearish. Yeah, it would good to see. It'd be good to see that 5 close on the doji. Be even better to see it close up here, but this could get interesting. Here it goes. This could be a fake out. A lot of resistance here. Let's watch this in the trading simulator. See if it breaks over 700 and gets my order. This is a simulation of how an account gets blown. So if we buy another 40 here, we got 120 at 703 average. So let's do 120 at 705. 43. Because technically, Tesla's not making any promises of getting back over 700. And, you know, but I think if it does, I think it could squeeze up enough. It's holding. It is holding, that is for sure. Came back over. That would give me enough confidence, I think. Okay. But if it forms a lower low on the 5-minute, that won't be good. See if we can buy another 40. Now the reason you would buy another 40 here is because it's holding. So now we got 160 at 701. You can make more profit for sitting through all this pain. So 103.19. 703.19. Really, you could probably even get up to 703.49, we'll say, if it comes back up. If it doesn't, I'm going to lose a lot of money in simulation. Yeah, it's just, it looks like it's kind of pausing here. And it looks like it could, it's either going to just get crushed or we're going to be back in business. We're going to be back in business. So, you know, obviously one or the other. I think if it breaks over 695, I'd be interested in taking a quick scalp. Get ready to see a simulated account blowing. Makes you really appreciate this $76.43. Yeah, I mean, it definitely. I would see this more as a bearish consolidation, a bear flag. You know, the thing is the SPY continues to pull, so I think it can. I think that can really help the case of it continuing to pull Tesla. I don't ever want to chase though. I don't like chasing. And you know what? Chasing doesn't like me. I know that doesn't make sense. Okay, well, ZM continuing to get crushed. Boeing's holding. AMD kind of holding. Apple kind of holding. AAL. CCL. I don't know. I think it's possible for Tesla to get a pull back here. And yeah, you know, in simulation, it would be wise to sell at 7. So we'll say 80 shares. We'll say 40 at 703. We'll say another 40 at 705. We'll say another 40 at 707. And we'll say another 40 at 709. That should make it worth it for all of this. Okay, here's the pullback. But, you know, it's made a lower, so 685. I'd be willing to go in 5 shares here. I'd be willing to go in 5 shares. Let me see if we can get a little bit of a pullback. Okay. I think I'm going to go in 5 shares. Okay, it's not getting the pullback. I mean, it's made a like I said, it's made a lower high. I would just need to get out at 685.97 or 683.05. Not willing to risk $50. Wipe away my profits on the day. And this is way oversold right now. See what it does here. what you'll often see is this wedge forming, and you'll see what looks like it's going to be a breakdown of that wedge, but then it'll curl around and break that top of it, of the wedge, and that's where you know things are turning around, even more so than a moving average crossover. And look at this, technically did not form a new lower low. 686.13, 685.97. So this can get interesting. I just went long on bottom of the range, Matt. We will both get blown up today. Yeah, this is Wall Street bets trade. 15-minute has a hammer in the second, rejection of level. Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of what is giving me confidence. If it breaks out of that wedge and breaks that 95 area, but it's having a hard time. It's having a hard time. There's still a very clear and present argument between the buyers and the sellers. 693.99. Yeah, it's a low risk trade. So I'm going to jump in here, see if we can get the move up. I got in 5 shares. Obviously, I'll sell if I have to. It's not getting the push. See if we can get this push. Come on. SPY's pushing. Okay, closed up outside of that wedge. You would think we would get a push here. There we go. There we go. It's a nice little move up there. Let's take a, we'll wait for 698-ish. Gonna get it. There we go. There we go. Let's take off half. No? Okay. Take off half there. Just pay myself a little. Putting us up 82.33. We got 3 shares. And we're going to make $5,000 on 3 shares today, guys. We're going to let Tesla get bought all the way back up to 900. And I'm going to make $5,000 on 3 shares. Let's see. 694.74. We should get the push. We should get the push. I mean, if we don't, I'm going to see this as a double top. You know, and we may just lay around and chop for the rest of the day. So let's just see. Let's just see what it can do. Would love to see a massive short squeeze here on Tesla. Let's see, breaks out 702. Yeah, this could be a really good move. There we go. There we go. Nice. Okay, I'm going to take another half my shares off. I've got 2 shares left. We're going to make $6,000 with 2 shares on Tesla. Yeah, I should ride them till I'm 300 green. Yeah, there we go. Oh, let's check out my, let's look at this. Let's look at this bad boy. Okay, it's not really, there we go. There we go. Look at this. This is fun to watch. This is simulation. Let's go back here. Okay, and let's see. Come on. There we go. See if we get a break of 705 again. There we go. I'm going to take half. And we've got one share. We're going to ride all the way up to 794.74. So we got to break. We got to come all the way up to here for me to make $100 on that last share. And this will be a $200 day for me. No, I'm only kidding. Wish I took a lot more shares though. So we've got a 40 share position left over here at 694.47. Look, I told you guys, I'm a millionaire in my hindsight account and in my trading simulator. We're going to look for this to make a move. Let's see. So we will take 20. We're going to go ahead and take 20 here, I think. Okay. Come on. Ah, you're killing me. Should almost load back up here. So we got 60 at 696. We'll sell 20 at 704.08. And we'll stop out 60 below 699. Okay, so I've got a stop set at 699. Again, this is simulation. And in my real account here, I'll probably want to get rid of that last share at 699. 699. 50. 49, we'll say. Stop, sell. So you can see this this little trend line was a really good gauge of, and like I said, more so than the moving average crossovers. This is really where things started to ramp up once it broke through that trend line. And the other confirmation was that it could not form a lower low. Even here, this was not a lower low. This was so we had 3 touches here forming lower highs, or excuse me, higher lows. And then we had a trend line breakout. Now we've got the moving average crossover. It's pulling back, and if it can hold this, it'll continue to move up. It'll make a really, really nice move up, as a matter of fact. So let's go back in here. So we've got 40 left. 40 shares at 698.11. So I'm going to want my stop at 699.49. Yep. Sell, stop there. Otherwise, hopefully this will be a bull flag and we will go on a complete tear. That would be great. Really now we're going to look for the break of 700. 699. Stop limit would be 699. Or 690.74, yeah. Stop, sell there. Okay. So going back to the simulated account, we will look to remove 20 more shares at 708.11. Put in an order there. Day sell 708.11. See if we can get it. Oops. Want to see a gradual push up. Come on, let's break through. Here we go. Okay, we're out. And then we've got 20 more shares. And we will go ahead and take 10 here. Okay, and then we will ride this other 10. We've got 10 at 701.75. So I would want to get out at the break of 705. So 705, stop, sell those 10. Let's come back into here and let's go ahead and just get rid of this. Yes. Okay. End of the day up 115.24. So we've paid for commissions and let's see, we're probably up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we probably are ending the day up $70. So we're ending the day up $70, roughly, maybe a little bit more, maybe $75. So that's good. I'll take it. This was a good move. I kind of obviously wish that I had, let's see, where did I get in? 694. I mean, if I just held that, if I had just held that 5 shares, I mean, we'd be up $75 alone on that trade. But it's hindsight, guys, right? It's hindsight. So let's see. Second hammer. Good spot to add. Now Elon Musk is tweeting that he is going to sell all his personal possessions, including his house. And Trump just tweeted, "We're sending someone to go check on you, Elon." That's hilarious. Moving my stop for Codex. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, guys. So we caught that nice little reversal there. It was a very good lesson on the day. Again, you know, seeing that really on the 5 minute. The 5 minutes what we were more concerned about. We could not crack back below this 683 level, which, by the way, I don't know if you guys remember, I was looking at as a confirming spot here. No, excuse me. We had 686 as the confirmation spot, and then 673, not 683, sorry, 673 would have been the next spot. But we do know that oftentimes it can break through certain levels. So it broke through this 688, and it'll look like it's going down towards the gap fill, and people are expecting it to, and you have people going short there. And so there's a lot of short squeezes that happen both to the long side and the short side when people are getting very close to gap fill locations, even if it's just a short squeeze pullback. And then, because ultimately Tesla could end up curling back around and coming down and actually crushing through and doing the whole gap fill today, or it could do it Monday or Tuesday of next week. And this literally just could be a short squeeze. But those are always good places for that. But coming back to what we were originally talking about, this is a great lesson here on how to catch a reversal. Higher lows on the 5 minute, and and obviously they can be more easily identified on the 1 or 2 minute charts. But then also, if you're forming lower highs, draw this trend line and look for the wedge breakout. Like I said, a lot of people want to wait for these moving average crossovers, but guys, this is where I constantly am telling you, like, moving averages are lagging indicators. Okay. Now, yes, that's a pretty good strategy to let the buy up happen, wait for a pullback, and then if it can get that pullback and continue to maintain strength, and then you see that crossover, yeah, you could get in here. This would be your entry, roughly around 700. Okay, even here, it pulled back to 700 a couple times, retested it. You could have gotten in multiple times and had a pretty good move there, but because we were anticipating this wedge breakout, the level here for us was 694. Okay, so you can take a better position on that, and it's less risk, because if it ends up failing and coming back, well, then you just get out. If it breaks this previous low, you just get out there. Okay, so kind of like Notergen had pointed out, very, very low risk on trades like this. But that, I'll take that. I'll give myself a little pat on the back. I mean, because you guys know I'm not typically a long bias trader. I know the technicals, I understand the entry points, but it's just really hard for me to sit on my hands on long trades. I mean, we've talked about this before. I like it when the bears take the window and you can get in and out of the trades a lot quicker. When shares are dumping and all that. And this is interesting. AMD is maintaining critical, or is maintaining weakness. Boeing's maintaining weakness. American Airlines so the cruise lines and airlines are just kind of teetering around here. So yeah, Tesla now could be suffering a resistance point pullback. Could have met resistance. So let me come back in here. I will probably, just because it could be meeting resistance, I'll probably go ahead and just get out the rest here. So ending the day up 929.60 in my trading simulator account. And you guys, you can tell the difference. This is the difference between simulating and real trading. So let's see, that took the entire morning. I wish I was trading Tesla with you guys. Still holding this crazy ABC recovery in Tesla. It keeps going up 500 still. Good job. Good job, Notergen. Now, I'm taking it that you guys are kind of understanding what I'm showing you here, though, with the difference on simulation. I mean, this is very clear, different P&L. This is a huge, vastly different P&L. But this is why I try to tell you guys, you know, when you've got money like some of these other day traders out there, when you have hundreds of thousands of dollars and even millions of dollars, you know, you can afford to keep adding into Tesla on this pullback. And then if it breaks, then you know you get out with a $3,000-4,000 loss, and you don't care. You come back tomorrow and you'll do the same thing, and it'll work out. You know, and you'll make the $3,000-4,000 back. It's a whole different mindset when you've got a lot of money and you're trading like that. It's a completely different mindset. You know, it's a huge difference. Huge difference. Thanks, Yoni B. It's paper that doesn't count. LOL, if you break your rule, if you didn't break your rules, I think it's the trade that counts. Well, here's the thing, you know, on Tesla, first of all, I already messed up on Tesla because I caught a, let's see, where was it? So I had sold here, and then I bought another, what did I buy, another 20 here? I don't know. I had gotten in, I don't know if you guys remember, way back here, I got in a trade, and then I went back to my live broker account, and I totally forgot about Tesla. So I missed it when this drop happened here. So really, truly, if this was a real trade, I actually would have gotten out on Tesla. I would have gotten out on this drop. I would not have held for that, especially knowing the news and everything, you know. And now it's possible that when it came down to 700, I would have started adding, you know, and then maybe I would have come down here and add. I wouldn't have added that much. I would have added maybe 5 shares at a time. You know, I probably would have built up, you know, here in the simulator, I had at one point 160 shares. Well, realistically, I would have had a fourth of that. The most I would have started in with 5 share position sizes, averaging in all the way down here, building up to maybe a 40 share position at roughly a 690 average. Okay. And then realistically, once we got this pop here up to 700, I probably would have sold it. You know, I probably would have sold it for, you know, if I had a 690 average on 40 shares, and I would have probably sold it at 698. So, you know, 8 times 40 is $320. So I would have made $320 on that trade. You know, that's the reality of it. Now, would I have entered in again once we caught this ABC or this reversal pattern? Sure, yeah, I might have jumped in, and I might have actually jumped in with 20 shares. And instead of 10, I probably would have jumped in, or excuse me, instead of 5, I think I took 5 in my real. Let me look at this. How many shares did I jump in with? I bought 5, guys. Look at that. I bought 5 shares. I bought 5 freaking shares. I made what, $40 maybe, 35, $40 on 5 shares. Yeah, I think what? Yeah, it was almost $40, wasn't it? 35, maybe? I don't know. Somewhere around there. Somewhere around 35, $40 on 5 shares. But I probably would have realistically, you know, had I been trading the way that, you know, I was trading several weeks ago, I probably would have hit, you know, 20 shares. And this would have easily been let's just say if I made $35, or to make the math simple, let's say $40 on 5 shares. So 20 shares times 4. I can't even do math right now. It would have been a $160 trade, roughly anywhere from $130 to $160 trade. So that would have been the more realistic thing. But a lot of these little low number trades you're seeing here, I mean, I'm just being extra careful, guys. I'm just, you know, I'm not really doing anything special or spectacular right now in the markets, but all of these should be much bigger numbers. We should be ending the day up, you know, $400 easy. But it's just kind of where we're at right now. So Yeah, Notigan was sniping that straight up. Yeah, he was sniping that. So this is good on Tesla. Tesla needs a pullback. So anyway, guys, I've got to keep it moving. I've got other work that I've got to get to before the weekend. And so I'll tell you what, I really wish I had held on to this one. I mean, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Like, normally this would be a trade where, you know, like on this pullback here, so we had marked out this trend line, and as it was making its way back, now granted, I probably would have waited for it to touch the trend line, but I did start averaging in with 50 shares at, I think, 295.30 ish. Where was it here? Yeah, 295.30 right here. You can see 295.30. You know, and the whole plan the whole time was to build an averaging position. You know, and so why I just got out on this quick scalp, I don't know. Again, I don't want to stay in it too long. You know, and so but after seeing this failed pullback and it couldn't even make it back up here, I should have gone in another 50 shares and just held it for, you know, at least a $3 move. I mean, you're talking 100 to 150 bucks. So just still not trading the way that I should, but that's why I've got the trading simulator here, and this is why, you know, I mean, this is why we're doing this. You know, I'm coming in here and I'm trying to trade, and I'm trying to get my confidence back. But, you know, I really can't complain, guys. I've been green just about every day this week. We're ending the week in the green. We've had steady $100 days. So, you know, I'm fine. It's going to take a few weeks to really get, you know, work back up to where I was. So anyway, all right, guys. Yoni B says you're stacking the green days, Matt. Yeah, trying to, man. Work Diver says thanks, Matt. Everyone have a great weekend. Yeah, Work Diver, you too, man. Always good to see you here. Notigan's Adventures. Boeing taught me to do that. Remember when I got pissed off at the Boeing chop? Yeah. Yeah, Boeing has been quite the issue for a lot of people here lately. Yoni B says, I think having this paper account is doing wonders. Yeah. It is. It is. The simulator is definitely reestablishing perspective for self-evaluation, kind of like what Notigan's saying here. And then, you know, again, just rebuilding the confidence in the strategy. So you're going long Tesla again. I don't know, man. Tesla could be having a little bit more of a pullback here. I would wait for SPY, although SPY, let's see. It's making a higher low on the 30-minute. So SPY could be having a bit of a turnaround here. But keep in mind this. This ain't looking good for the SPY. And I know it's hard to see through all these lines, but you know. But it's a slow red day on the SPY. It's not mass selling, which, you know, so it's just profit taking, I think. Maybe I don't know that the SPY is actually having a sell off per se, like something we should be worried about. But I don't know. I think we'll know as the day moves forward. But I would note again, I'd be careful around these levels. Of course, this is your freebie trading day, so you can really do whatever you want right now, I guess. Apple's probably going to find a little bit of support here. At the 288 levels, I think this would be a good spot for a long. Maybe a pullback. Not here. Excuse me. If it gets down to, yeah, like the 288.70s, 288.80s. I think, yeah, 288.75. That would be a good little spot you can see right there. We've got a good couple touches here, a lot of consolidation around it there. And there's even a little bit of consolidation kind of here, back here in this area. So yeah, so I'd probably look for that. Probably look for this, you know, and if it can't break this low here, it's probably going to reverse and make a little bit of a move up. Kind of like this right here. You know, we had this major drop, and then it had 3 green candles, and then another drop. I can see us going through this drop here. Of course, we couldn't hold here, so people are going to be a little bit wary about it. But let's see. Yeah, so anywhere from 288 to 287, I think you could probably build a position. And if it came all the way down here, you know you would get some kind of a pullback. You'd at least be able to get out break even, maybe with a little bit of profit, depending on where you averaged in, how you averaged in. This is looking semi promising here. So again, I might even just take the 288. So 288.70 level. Maybe 288.80. I'm watching SPY though. I want to be careful before catching that falling knife. It touched 85. How's Codex doing? So your average is at 1267 on Codex. Okay. Nice. Nice. You can get a continued push up. mRNA. Still kind of sitting on that. Let's see, mRNA. There we go. It's interesting. Apple. Let's see if Apple holds around this consolidation here. So I'd be comfortable getting in at 288.40. Maybe even 58. Well, nope. Excuse me. Not after seeing this. Look at the SPY. Although it's nearing this area, 281.43. I don't know. I'd be careful now on Apple. This might take off without me. I have a feeling it's going to continue to go though. AMD's pulling back, Apple's pulling back. American Airlines, RCL, Tesla, it's all kind of looking a little iffy. It looks like it's finding support near that line. Let's see. Let's see if Apple can hold. It's literally mimicking the SPY right now. It's doing exactly what the SPY is doing. Okay. Well, anyway, guys, I got to keep it moving. As always, it was really fun. Had a good time with you guys, and let's see. When I do those support plays, I put in my buy order 1 or 2 cents above support and my stop loss 4 or 5 cents below. So here, there's 2 ways to do that. Note again, hold on, let's see. Idea is valid. I shouldn't worry. Is there a flaw in it? I just wait for the price to tap my buy order and then wait for it to go my way. I have to identify the levels precisely. Yep. To make how much at very precise. Okay, so, and I don't want to assume anything. Maybe you're already thinking what I'm about to say, but the thing is you want support to first be established. That's the key. And what happens is a lot of times, like say we didn't know any of this move happened yet. Say all we saw was this and this, all the way to here. Looks like this is forming a higher low, right? Okay, so you might say, I'm going to go ahead and get in here, and I'll just put a stop below here. Okay, well, you can see what happened here. This happens all the time. There's fake outs, okay? But you've only gone through 4 1-minute candles, and that's the thing. Like now, 5 minutes, yes. If you're on the 5-minute and there's a steady support, and again, in my opinion, support is going to be lower highs. Well, not necessarily. At least if it taps around that area on the 5-minute, say 3 times, and it can't break it, then yes, I would put it right below the break of that. But not on the 1-minute, not on the 2-minute. You need to give it more time to play out. You need to give it more time to play out. I wouldn't even take an entry. You could see that I wasn't even considering my entry until over here. Okay, and then, we see that it's gradually started to come up and I always get it twisted. Higher lows. I mean, here's the thing. If you get in with 200 shares, then yeah, you're going to want your stops to be tight. But if you only get in with 20 shares, this can be your stop. All the way down here, that can be your stop. Okay? And you could, potentially stand. I mean, if this is making a true reversal, and maybe it's making a reversal it's either going to make a reversal up to these levels right here, these previous areas of support, or it might even get all the way up to VWAP. It could even break through VWAP. I mean, we don't know where this is going to go today, but, on 20 shares, you're looking at $60 roughly. If you did hold it up to there. And then you'd only be risking about 30 to make that. Or no, actually, you'd only be risking about 15, I think, to make that. So but yeah, like the whole argument with support and where to buy and where to put your stop, the whole point of my strategy is I have not been following it well because I've been more scalp trading and more doing this in and out piddling around type crap. But typically my strategy calls for taking just a small enough share size so you can give that stock room to breathe. You can give it room to, flush and form these long fake out wicks. You know what I'm saying? But another part of the strategy is letting all this stuff flesh out first before you finally decide, okay, now I'm going to take position. And that way where everything, all the fake outs have happened, and if they're far away like they are here, you just take a conservative conservative enough share size to where you're willing to let it play out to those extreme points. So does that make sense? Yeah, you're right, Matt. I did call out what my stop was when I entered, and the second long that failed with the 3 cent stop was a level defined by intraday resistance level. Typically, those become support when crossed. Okay, let me see. Let me read that again. Let me see if I can understand. I did call out what my stop was when I entered. The second long that failed with the 3 cent stop was a level defined by intraday resistance level. Typically they do. Typically they do. But again, this is a game, man. This is like playing chess against the computer. I mean, you know how difficult that is? So oftentimes, especially this time of day, look what time it is. It's 12:50 in the afternoon. You got algorithmic trading bots, a lot of them taking over the market right now. And they know that, for example, if somebody got in here and was like, well, I'll just get out if it breaks this level of support right here. Well, and even if this is an intraday level, well, look, that's what this was. This wasn't a genuine sell-off. You know how I know? Because if it was genuine sell-off, you wouldn't see this wick. You would have see continuation just like you did here, just like you did here, and just like you did here. Okay, you would have seen continuation. Okay, but you didn't. It's a wick. This is a series of stop loss orders getting set off because they all had them. And some people put it a little further away from here. Some people put it a little further away from here. And then you probably had some people jumping in, shorting it, thinking that they were going to get another one of these moves or another one of these moves. But clearly it wasn't enough selling pressure. Why? Because most of it was just generic stop loss orders getting set off. And then you had a few bears, rushing in, FOMOing into it. And it didn't take much for the buyers to push it all the way back up here and squeeze them out. So, again, conservative share size, enough to let all this happen. On the 1 minute chart, basically the point is on the 1 minute, 2 minute chart, once you've had a serious drop, you need to be patient, sit on your hands for at least 4 or 5, maybe even 6, 7 candles, before, because really, think about it. Okay, so 5 1 minute candles is what? It's 1 5-minute candle. Okay, and look, this ended up being a doji on the 5 minute. And this is where it had that breakdown, but got bought right back up. Okay, and now the second candle, this is 10 1 minute candles here. 10 1 minute candles, 5 2 minute candles. Okay, and so you need to once you have serious drops like that, it's best to just let people fight it out for a while in consolidation. Make sure it looks good on the 5, and then start getting in. And I was right. I should have actually gotten in here. I should have went ahead and hit the buy button at 289.72 because I would have gotten almost $1 move off of that. And obviously I would have scaled out a little. I'd probably be out of the trade, but I would have made an extra $20-$30. Would have packed on an extra, $25 on the day. So, okay, got you. It was, stop loss hunting. Yeah. All right, Yoni B, enjoy that cold beer. All right, guys. Okay, well, I am finally out. I am out, over and out. And hope you guys have a good weekend. Not sure if I'll get to a Trader's Mind episode this weekend. There's a lot going on. I know I've been kind of slack on those lately, but we'll see if we can get one in. If not, definitely we'll be here Monday, same bat time, same bat channel. And let's see, I see what you're saying. The way I went in is a bit risky. Well, here's the thing. Nuttergan, we're all taking risks. We're all taking risks. Every trade we take is a risk, right? So, you know, the question is it a what's the word? Is it a reasonable risk? Is it a reasonable risk? And are you trading with the share size that you're comfortable risking that with? It's number one rule of trading. Anybody will tell you, or investing, period. Never invest more money than what you're willing to lose. It's all risk. Every bit of it's risk. I mean, when you walk outside your house today, or you get in your car and drive down the street, you're risking, getting in a fatal car accident. I mean, like people die in their cars every single day. And every single one of them, if they knew they were going to die, they never would have walked out their door. Okay? They would have just stayed at home watching Netflix in the comfort of their own home, sitting on their living room couch. Everything in life is a risk, but the question is what are the probabilities of that happening? Yes, I could die going to the grocery store, but I got to eat. I got to feed my family. And the probabilities are very low. And I watch what I do when I'm on the road. I don't, I'm not a crazy driver. I don't freaking drive all over the place like a bat out of hell. I mean, so, I follow the rules. I might go 5 over on the speed limit, maybe even 10 over. Okay, so fine, I'll admit it, but I'm not like flying around corners and, playing on my phone and, not watching the road, so there's a very high probability that I'm going to safely get to the grocery store and get back home. But it's still a risk. Somebody else could be driving down the road and not watching the road, and they could just fly out in front of me, So you're always taking a risk is my point. So you can't beat up on yourself for that trade. I think it was a solid trade. I mean, you took a shot. Look at Tesla right now. Tesla, look, it's ramping up. So hindsight is telling us that was a great move. But the SPY's maintaining. SPY isn't, it's a little weak, but it's maintaining. That might be helping it. I don't know. This market that we're in right now is already volatile and it's already risky. But really, at the end of the day, Notergan, dude, you're on pain meds and you're just having fun in your broker, so you're all right. No worries, right? But anyway, okay. I've talked your ears off enough, guys. I'm going to let you go. Y'all have a great weekend, and I'll see you Monday. Take care.